Happy Valentine's Day, dear ones. Usually when it comes to Valentine's Day, we think of celebrating our lovers, spouses, romantic interests. But this Valentine's Day, I invite you to turn our attention to our beloveds within our families. Recently, I was checking out of a grocery store, and I noticed that the cashier had an unusual tattoo on her arm. I asked her what it was, and she showed me a graph. And she explained that it was the copy of the printout of the EKG of her grandmother's last heartbeat. She was very close to her grandma, and this was her way of honoring and remembering her grandma throughout her day and her life. I was very touched by this. It reminded me that our family relationships are holy, and they're so important to our aliveness and our sense of deep joy and reward. We often take our heartbeats for granted, don't we? I'm sure that at that critical moment, that young lady and her family would have given anything to have her grandma's heart beat more. Now, most of us have many heartbeats left. And the question is, what do we make of those heartbeats? And what do we make of the heartbeats of our beloved family members? A Course in Miracles tells us that the most direct, powerful, and fastest route to enlightenment is not necessarily meditating or doing yoga or eating health foods, although those all help. It tells us that the quickest way to get to heaven is to make the most of the relationships we share even while we walk the earth. When you transform a relationship that's challenging, or when you're deep in a relationship that's already loving, that is the glory of creation for a human being. So what if we took this Valentine's Day to phone or text or email or visit our beloved family members? Thank you for being my mother or father, my brother or sister, my child, my dear one. You bless my life. Now, even if such relationships are challenging, it's okay, because sometimes our soulmates do not show up only in romantic, joyful relationships, but they also include challenge. Sometimes the person that helps you to grow the most is your most powerful soulmate. And then you turn that relationship into a healing. A Course in Miracles also tells us that the holiest spot on earth is where an ancient hatred has become a present love. What if we took this Valentine's Day and turned ancient hatreds into present loves, or at least mild irritations into greater love? And we expressed our thanks and our blessing and our celebration of the people who walk with us. What a blessing they are to our lives. Buddha said, if we really understood the contribution our parents have made to our lives, we would owe them such a debt of gratitude that we could carry them on our back for our entire lifetime and still not repay them. And one of the ways to repay our parents and our beloveds is to say thank you and I love you. What a great use that would be of this Valentine's Day.